Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature like Starlight has been ever since I got up. I've been out in nature. So, what a beautiful day, and there goes that fog. I don't know, bye fog, bye clouds. Now the sun is out. So anyway, I love you so much. Put all the excuses aside. You got to make time to really get out in nature. Yourself will thank you later, because that is a time, getting out in nature is to get in the present moment. It's a time to put all your worrying aside, and stress aside, and just enjoy what God has for you by being out in nature. And that is when you're going to find out who you are, is by getting in touch with the animals, hearing their sounds, their music, like this crow or raven out here talking away. And so anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome, and you could find me on YouTube, and that is at Starlight, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman. Plus, you could give my videos a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't be afraid, don't be shy. Swing by and say hi, Starlight, by leaving Starlight a comment down below. Beep, beep, beep. And you could share my videos with your family, your friends. What animals did Starlight see in a way? I seen a doe with her little ones, so I got to see deer on my way, and I got to see cows moo. Yeah, so Starlight got to see some beautiful cows. I love all the animals. So yes, not only you could share my videos, you can also check out my playlist, and you can find me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, is thank you. Before thank you to all of you who have been there, still here with Starlight, loving and supporting Starlight. And also thank you for all of you who subscribed to my YouTube channel, gave me a thumbs up, or even leave me a message, or even share my videos. So thank you so much. Sorry, sorry, Starlight is trying to adjust the lighting here on my video here. So anyway, today's video is about don't wait until it's too late. Ouch. Ouch. You might have not understood by pushing a video, especially I don't read anything about the videos, when I click videos. I just I see the title and I go right in there. So don't wait until it's too late. What is that all about, Starlight? I'm curious to know, what is it that you're talking about? Well, there's a lot of things that I'm talking about on this topic, and you know, you could do whatever you want to do, okay? That is what I'm going to say. And I want you to do whatever you're going to do. You don't have to listen to Starlight. You don't have to take any of my advice. God gave us a free will. So you're going to do what you want to do, and that's exactly what I want you to do, is do what you want to do. And so this video is about don't wait until it's too late. And in this area here where I am right now is this is beautiful, a lot trails that I don't even know about yet. And so when this trail actually starts, there's actually a small little park area, very small, and then it's all land and trails and lots of berries. So and there's other things out here. They're growing plants out here. But when I start on this trail, depending on what way I go, like this morning, is that they have a skateboard area for anybody that's into skateboarding, so then they can go there. And then they have like a little gym area, an outside gym. Of course, you want to get out there early in the morning, earlier than when I started. I got there at the right time. But so my morning was really interesting, is because oops, is when I started, I was just gonna go for my walk because there's berries out here, and Starlight's like, they gotta be ripe right now, you know? But I was amazed that a lot of them are not ripe, so these berries are gonna take a while for the end of July and the beginning of August. So this is a lot different than New York, you know, as far as when the berries are gonna get ripe and when they're ready to eat. So anyway, I wasn't planning on going at the outside gym, but I'm like, ah, I've been wanting to do the outside gym, and I was doing that a while back, but there was a dark energy. Kind of, you might think I'm crazy when I say this stuff, but I was faithfully going every morning in this location where I was because they had an outside gym, you know, in a park where I was doing my yoga and meditations. And so every morning I would get there, I had my water, I had to change my clothes, you know, and I started using the outdoor gym, and I loved it. I was strengthening different body parts that wasn't getting used, you know, and adding some muscle to my body, and, you know, stretching my legs by using it. But a dark force was more than likely going out there at nighttime. And you might think I'm crazy when I say this, but if you're a person like Starlight, I am like a light worker, I am of light, I'm of God, is that negative energies, lower vibrational people that are on a low frequency, and they could have unclean spirits in them, they could have some kind of spirit in them, is that they could sense your energy. Crazy as shit. They could sense someone of, you know, because they got spirits in them, and they can sense your energy. And what they were doing with the gym is they were throwing dirt all over it, you know, or they were messing with the machines, making them stuck. So when you got there, you know, I had to force those machines, you know, to open them up. I got some muscle for a girl. And and I was wiping these things off every morning. You know, I brought my own rag and my own spray. So I gave up on it because they were really ridiculous. They were putting dirt all over the seats and all that stuff, you know. So, and that's what these kind of people do, is they will do stuff like that. They want to ruin it for everybody else. So Starlight stopped doing the gym for a long time. And so I was excited to see the gym today. And what was beautiful is that there was older folks, you know, out here on this trail, and they come out here in the morning because it's cooler in the morning before the sun starts coming out and heating the, you know, everywhere out, everywhere up, that is. And it was beautiful because these people were going, it was like a couple, a guy and a husband, you know, I don't know, they might have been in their 80s, and they were at the gym with Starlight. We're all three of us, and I was actually making videos of Starlight, you know, working out, you know, there, so I can put them on this video, is to inspire you, is to don't wait until it's too late, is about working on yourself, working on your body. This is about the, you know, the outside inside job that we need to do, is to, God gave you your body. Now, I'm sorry. God gave you this body, or your body, and so you want to take good care. Sorry about this. This happens quite a lot here. Ooh, I might have to adjust things here. So hang on. Okay. So God gave you a body, you know, because we are all multi-dimensional spirit beings having a human experience. So God wants us to take good care of our bodies. Not just our bodies, but our emotional well-being, our health, and all that stuff. So it is so important to exercise, get out in nature, go to a gym, go to an outside gym, go swimming, do something, go play tennis. What kind of sports do you like? Now, depending on your age, you got to do what fits for you. You know, it was beautiful that these people were out there this morning. I seen this lady doing exercise that I didn't even know, like some of the equipment I didn't notice until she was working on it. I'm like, oh, that's how you use that machine there, because I was just working, making my way around on these the gym, different kinds of exercises that do different things for your body. But I encourage these people, this couple that was out there this morning. I'm like, I seen this lady and I'm like, wow, good for you. And she's like, oh, I only, there's some days I come out here and I only can do two. Other times I come out here and I can only do three. And I'm like, you know what? You're out here doing it. That's all that matters. You're not here, I didn't say this to her, but, really, you're not out to impress anybody else. I hope not, right? When I do my exercises with the gym, I try to, like before I had like, okay, this machine, I will, like count to 20, do it 20 times, go to the next, and do it 20. And then there's some machines that I'm like, okay, this is really a different machine and it's doing different, parts on me. I'm only going to do 10 on this one. Woo! And I barely just made it through the 10, but I got through it. So I inspired those people, to, hey, it's great what you're doing. Keep on doing what you're doing. And, and later on I bumped into them and I wanted to check and see if they needed any water because they were out in the heat, but they were fine. So Starlight did her good thing to do out here. And, please, if you see, if you're out and about and you got extra water, please, always check with people and see if they could use any water, as long as you're not taking from your own. And so, yeah, don't wait until it's too late. These people are in their 80s and they know how important it is. There's a lot of people, you know what? They didn't do anything with their bodies or even work on themselves, and then it was too late. I've known several people, their legs were weak. They would fall because their bones are not good, So you got to take really good care of your body, that God gave you. Do it while you can, and that means now. It doesn't mean to wait till tomorrow. If you're young, it doesn't mean it's just, this video is just for older folks. No, this is for everyone. And you got to be, consistent. You got to be disciplined and say, no, I'm gonna make time, and make sure you do it at the time. If it's an outside gym, you want to really get there early in the morning as possible. Or later on it's still going to be kind of warm, or the sun could be out there. So, or go to a gym, do something, where in a gym is good because it's going to be cool in there. If you can afford to go at a gym and, get a membership somewhere and save yourself a lot of money, is to go out to a gym or do what Starlight does. There's things that you can do right on your phone. I don't go to yoga classes, but I've done that, where I've gone to programs that they had like on Facebook. So go on Facebook, see what kind of stuff they got going on. Maybe there's a group that you can join, and that was a huge ass butterfly. That, I thought it was gonna pop me one. So yeah, go look on YouTube or anything else. Sometimes you can Google and find out, hey, what's going on this weekend, and you'd be surprised. They could have, like karate exercises, all kinds of stuff. I actually joined a group not too long ago, well, a while back actually, in a different location, and I was doing exercises that Chinese people do, and I'm telling you, I was amazed with the Chinese people, is because they were out there. They were faithful. I even met the lady that was running the whole thing and taught these people how to do it, and she was impressed with Starlight because I just started. She's like, where did you learn how to do this? Just by copying these women and men out here. She's like, you're doing better than them, and they've been doing it out here for years. So it was fun. So but they were doing it every single day. So you want to, don't wait until it's too late. Work on yourself now. Don't put it off. Say, yeah, because I'll tell you what, your arms are going to get weak, your legs are going to get weak, you're going to go to a doctor, you're going to have, you wanna really take good of what God gave you, and so that way when you do age, that you're it's gonna make it easier for you later on. Sorry, I got a phone call. I gotta delete. Wait for that call. So the other thing is, don't wait until it's too late. About what are you eating? Eat whatever you want. Eat all the junk food. Eat all that junk food that you want. Go to McDonald's and eat those big old greasy burgers. And go to where's your favorite fast food place? Yeah, go there. It's cheap, right? Yeah, it's cheap. It's cheap. And you think it tastes good? The side effects are dangerous. The side effects are really dangerous eating those French fries and all that grease. And, those companies, you know what? They don't care about your health. You know what they care about? Your money. They know that people love junk food. That's why they actually have those companies, is because they want your money. They don't care how this is going to affect you later on down the road. A lot of you might be thinking, there's nothing wrong with me. I eat there all the time. I'll tell you what, I couldn't. When I used to eat that food a lot because I used to work at Burger King. Ate a lot of French fries, ate a lot of Whoppers and all that stuff. Even got to buy food and in there and bring it home and cook it for my kids. You know what? If I ate a sandwich like that right now, which I don't eat beef, is I would get sick eating that. And it would drain my energy. This stuff is going to catch up to you later on in life, and that is why it's so important that, health is wealth. So don't think by, I seen a dad and his kids and his wife one night at McDonald's. Starlight, you're at McDonald's, you're eating their food. No, I was in there drinking water. Huh? So yeah, Starlight was in there drinking water, just doing her I am affirmations because I needed Wi-Fi connection. That's the only reason why Starlight was in there, is because there was really no Wi-Fi, not a good Wi-Fi connection. And if it's too cold outside in that area where I was, it was too cold in the morning to go outside, and I needed to connect to the Wi-Fi. That's why a lot of my videos were late, because the Wi-Fi connection was so bad. It took all day just to upload one video. So Starlight is not eating at McDonald's. So it takes a lot of discipline, but you do whatever you want to do. You just keep going and eating that food that your intuition is like, you think that, oh, it's quick, it's cheap, it's affordable. But you know what? Later on in life, when you go to the doctors, because I've seen this happen to many people when they age, they go to their doctors and now they got gut problems. They ate junk food their whole life, ate whatever was out there on the billboards, whatever was on the ads on, commercials on your TV screen. A lot of it, when do you see, a lot of like healthy food on your screen? Because that is what they've done, is that they want to have us all, they don't care about your health. There's a burger place out in the area that I was at, and it says, come in and out. That's what they want. See, I can't believe that they have it. It's through the drive-through. It's a more of a high-class, burger joint. Sorry, Starlight's got to shift around here. So, is get in and get out, That's what they want. They want you to get in, give them your money, and then get out. And McDonald's is kind of funny, and a lot of other places it says 20 minutes. They only want you there for 20 minutes. Get in, eat your food, and get out. So I don't want you to be here anymore in my restaurant. Eat the fast food, junk food that you eat, and get the blank out. We just want your money. Some places are so bad they don't even want you to sit in there. They just want your money, and they don't want you even to come and visit. They just want your money. So you could just keep on eating that stuff. And the other thing is, um, don't wait until it's too late, is to find out who you are. You know what I hear all over everywhere I've traveled is and it's sad. It is super sad. It is sorry, Starlight needs some water. Is it's women. Mainly I've been talking to women. I haven't really heard a lot of men talking about this topic. Is sorry, Starlight's got to scoot you all over here closer. It's women around in their 80s or a little bit earlier than that. And you know what? You know what they're saying? They're realizing how screwed up the world is. A lot of things that I tell you on my videos, guess what? They're just finding out about it in their 80s. I just talked to a lady this morning, and she's like, she's on her own little journey here, starting out in this area here, and she seen me today. She's seen my car, and she goes, "Ah, you're still here?" And I'm like, "Oh." So she must have seen my car when I was here like a month ago. And I'm like, "Oh, well, actually, I'm back. I was gone, and I came back." And we got talking, and she asked me about my YouTube channel, and I told her that with my YouTube channel, what I'm doing. And I said, I'm not here trying to get people to go to church on my YouTube channel, but I do want people to have a relationship with God. And she totally agreed. She said she's been kicked out of so many churches. And she said there's a lot of church hurt people around. Those were lessons that we all had to learn. Those people will, and she said people were forcing stuff on it. I don't like when people force that stuff on me, and that is why I made a video a while back, is are you being force fed, is because that is a lot of what's going on. And then, I graduated, like I told her, I made a video about I graduated. You ought to check that video out, is I graduated. That means not about high school, is that I graduated church. Oh man, I'm sorry. I got these, everybody's calling me now when I'm busy making a video. So, yes, is don't wait until it's too late. Find out who you are now. These women that I've been talking to, they're just starting to find out who they are at the age of 80. Now they're standing up. Now they're, they're 80, in their 80s. How much time do they have now? That's exactly what they've done. They want you to be in the fog. They want you to be in the clouds where you can't see clear. They want to lie and deceive. That we've been lied to and deceived our whole life. These women are now in their 80s, and now they're just starting to find out about who they are. You don't want to wait until it's too late. Now what are you going to do at the age of 80? Not saying that you can't do something. There's lots of things that women and men can do in their 80s. But their health is not the same. They have voices. They can use their voice. They can write books. They can be a voice out in the world. There's a lot of things that they can do. So if you're that age, don't think that you can't do something because you're at that age. It's just that you don't want to wait until it's too late. Because only God knows how long those people are going to be here. God would love to use you. So you got to work on yourself. And how you're going to find out who you are is by doing the inner work. It's about eating healthy. When you start eating healthy, God is going to reward you and bless you with things. Your health is going to get better. You can inspire other people. Even a person that's 80 years old can inspire other women and men around that same age, and inspire them. Hey, I'm going to exercise. walking's great, but if you can, it's good to do other exercises, because like bending, safe, find out, there's safe exercises for you, because your body. You got to listen to your body, number one, so you don't want to overdo it. I just met a man at a gas station yesterday, that he overdid it in the gym. you know he knew not to do what he did, but he didn't listen, and now he's paying for it. So always listen to your body. Go by the rules that they have, as far as, like, if you got certain area, body parts that are not doing so good, then be gentle with those body parts. Don't overdo it. But I've known a lot of people, when they get at a certain age, I have relatives, they never go out and exercise. They go in a car, drive around, and that's it. They don't, they're not exercising. So don't wait until it's too late. Find out who you are, find out, about your birthday and all that stuff. You want to do this now. You don't want to wait until it's too late. I love you so much. And, these things are so important. You're going to be so upset when you found this out at 80, when you're like, man, my whole life went, I could have, you know, I could have done this. I could have, if I only knew, if I only knew, if I only knew what I know now. And they know now. It's like, man, right now I can't even go, and work, because my body is not the way it used to be. But God can still use those people. So I love you so much. Don't wait until it's too late. Do whatever you're going to do. Go eat that freaking junk food. Don't freaking take care of yourself. Don't exercise. Later on in life, you're gonna be like, man, that Starlight chick, she was right. I knew she was right when I heard her, because I know friends and I know relatives that are having problems with eating, or even if you're smoking cigarettes or alcohol, these are things that you can work on. These are things that you want to, don't wait until it's too late and work on it. Those things can really do a heck of a damage on many people in the world. So I love you so much. This is Starlight. You could give this video a thumbs up. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, you can leave me a message down below, beep, beep, beep. And you could share my videos with your family, your friends. A robin and a zebra. Plus, you could check out my playlist and follow me on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook, and that is Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. I love you all. Don't wait until it's too late. Start now. Don't, you don't have to go cold turkey on your diet, but wean off it, aim with the worst food that you eat and say, you know what, I'm taking it off my diet, I'm not going to eat that anymore. And then, another, a couple weeks or a week later, you can cut another thing, find out what is good for you and what's not good for you, and start weaning off of those things. You know what? Your belly will feel better, you'll feel better, and it will, you can actually inspire other people to do the same thing. I love you so much. This is Starlight. Thank you for liking my videos and all that, and also enjoy your day. Get out, find some exercises, but listen to your body. Avoid those fast food places. Eat at home. Eat healthy meals. Eat some salad. Eat some fruit. That you love. And I love you so much. This is Starlight. Namaste. This is Starlight. Love, light, and peace.